Hey you, thanks for checking out this video. I am AZN Nerd, aka Kung Fear on Twitch and YouTube. If you're like me, you hit level 30 and you enter the Dark Zone and just got your ass handed to you. Perhaps you're struggling to get past 120k DPS no matter how many extractions you seem to do. Well, fear not, today I'm presenting a tutorial on how to build a solid foundation for a firearm setup. We're going to optimize your gear and your weapons alike. Just a few things to mention before we start up. 1. Rerolling your gear will really set you up once you choose the weapon archetype that you want to use. 2. The DPS in your character sheet is a good snapshot at how much damage you'll be putting out, but in no way is this the end-all be-all. And 3. Choose mods that will allow you to connect as many headshots as you can in the shortest amount of time possible, such as stability, accuracy, fire rate increase, and then you want to crank that crit and headshot damage. There are other bonuses that you want to achieve, such as armor damage, damage against elites. We'll talk about that when we get to gear. Today I'm going to show you how to set up a SMG auto rifle build. It seems to be one of the current best that everyone likes to use. We'll talk about the strengths and weaknesses of the different archetypes and show you some of the stats that you want in your gear to really make the DPS shine. First we're going to talk about SMGs. SMGs are close to mid-range terror machines of death. You literally walk around with an A10 Warthog attached to your hands and you saw things down in front of you with a mountain of critical hits to the head. There are 3 main archetypes that reign supreme. You have the high damage, slow rate of fire, which is the Vector, the higher rate of fire with less damage, Navy MP5, and the in-betweener, the AUG. I personally like to use the AUG, just throwing that out there. When choosing the weapons that you want to use, you really want to have the highest damage roll you can possibly get on this weapon. Go figure, right? And you want to make sure it has talents that suit what you're trying to do. If you're trying to shoot puddles of healing goo at people, pick support talents. If you're trying to wreck shit, pick wreck shit talents like Brutal. If you're starting using that high end that you got that has electronic point requirements or support talents, just know that some of those purple guns out there will help your DPS out a lot more than that. Once you choose your SMG of choice, the AUG, it's time to mod it. The first thing you want to do is make sure you add enough stability to ensure that you can handle the kick of the weapon. Either go to the firing range or step outside. Shoot any wall that you choose, and just look at your impact area. I spent about 3 or 4 hours shooting a wall because I did not know that there was a firing range. Anyways, once you can handle that bad mamma jamma, you want to take advantage of the weapon's naturally high crit hit chance and stack as much crit damage and headshot damage as you can. And keep in mind, if you're using certain archetypes with 20 round magazines like the Vector, you might want to consider using an extended mag with some crit something on it. Keep it simple. And make sure you don't always look for the highest DPS increase on paper. If you can't connect those shots, you're not doing anyone good but the thugs trying to gun your ass down. This brings me to one of the biggest downsides of the SMG. If you spray, you will pay. If you run out of rounds, you're done. And if you're spraying, you will run out of rounds faster than your favorite high school jock claims that he can run a 40. As long as you're mindful of this and the damage drop off, you'll be just fine. Oh yeah, those special weapon vendor blueprints for the mods, buy them. Those high-end mods will change your weapon entirely. It is unreal. As far as assault rifles go inside the division, there are 2 main archetypes. You have 3-round burst and the fully automatic. 3-round burst ARs are amazing for close to mid-range combat. As long as you put your sight on center mass of the target, let that travel up naturally, you will get that headshot as well. Fully automatic ARs are, Jesus, I can't even tell you how good they are. Sometimes it takes too long to line up headshots of snipers. With the division's amazing weather effects, it really cuts down their combat effectiveness. If you have a fully automatic, well-modded AR, you can shoot laser beams miles out there. Maybe not miles, but you know what I'm saying. There are several amazing auto rifles like the Liberator, the LVOA Charlie, the Caduceus, and whatnot. Make sure again you're picking a weapon that fits the build you're trying to go for, and get talents such as critical damage boost on headshots or regain health on those critical hits. Those just happen to be 2 of my favorite perks. When you're going for a pure firearms build, you will lack some of the support power to heal yourself, and you can end up regaining 1 or 2 segments off a single enemy as long as you're taking proper cover. The easiest way to put this into perspective is your AR is a jab. It's out there quick, it's accurate, you get those points in, and as soon as they get worn out or they get close enough, you hit them with that cross, you hit them with that hook, that uppercut, that Mortal Kombat fatality. That is your SMG. As we mentioned before, sniping in this game is really affected by the weather, the terrain you're fighting in, and it's just not as effective as the AR when it comes to suppressing your enemy and opening up firing lanes for your teammates. That really makes it shine. An AR, you're putting bullets down range so fast, so accurately, you're either killing the enemy or they're taking cover for you so you can bound and approach these targets and take them out, ultimately finishing things quicker than you could with a sniper rifle. If you disagree, go ahead and leave a comment below. I mean, I'd gladly like to hear your point of view. This game is relatively new. It's not even been out for 2 weeks. I'm just talking based off my own experiences. I've had about 6 days playtime in the last 2 weeks. It's pretty bad. But seriously, let me know. I'd like to have a discussion. The only downside to the ARs, again, if you spray a lot, you will end up running out of bullets. So make your shots count. If you're in close, feel free to go ham. But other than that, controlled bursts on the head, you'll be golden. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and move on to gear. So the way I see the Division's gear system is you want to find the weapon first. You find a weapon archetype that you like, whether it's SMG, AR, sniper, LMG, shotguns, and you build your gear set to make that single weapon shine. So for example, my primary is SMG. SMG has such a high natural critical hit chance, I'm not going to waste gear slots to have that critical hit chance. Instead, I'm going to invest into armor damage, into critical hit damage, into ammo capacity, because again, I use SMGs and ARs. If you spray, you will pay, right? That being said, there are different talents on all of the high-end pieces of gear that really make them shine to singular play styles. My body piece, as you saw earlier, has a talent called Reckless. I do 13% damage extra. In exchange, I take 10% more damage. While people might not like to do that because you will die faster, as long as you have around 60,000 health, you should be fine. There are ways to mitigate it, whether it's additional armor or protection from elites or exotic damage. If you don't know what that is, that's just grenades or anything not bullets, or flamethrowers. Oh my god, flamethrowers. But if you don't happen to have high-end gear right now, don't worry about it. It will come, whether you start farming challenge missions, or you start going into the dark zone, get lucky, or you start crafting. So coming to a conclusion, keeping this tutorial nice and basic, we can go more in depth in future videos once I have my actual microphone back so I don't sound like a digitized robot. Find that weapon that you enjoy using, find that archetype that really fits your groove, make sure it has the talents that'll help you thrive, then you're going to mod it. Not all mods are equal. Putting a rapid fire, rapid reload magazine on a 20 round SMG might not be as efficient as having an extended mag with critical hit damage on it, for example. But mod it to where you like it. Once you get your weapons where you want them, then your gear is all about making those weapons shine, and that is what I truly believe will help you maximize your DPS. Going back to SMGs, for example, since I love them so much right now, you can go ahead and stack damage to elites, armor penetration, critical hit damage, and your numbers will just skyrocket. Some of the footage is pretty old. I haven't been capturing enough footage since I've upped my DPS a little bit more. I've started breaking in 232k with 64k health pretty regularly. But yeah, those purples will do you well until you get those high ends that you really want. And once you get those high ends, it just comes down to selecting the talents off those high ends and re-rolling those useless stats. If you have any questions, leave them in comments below. Send me a message. I will get back to them as soon as I can. Right now I'm in the process of moving, so I don't have my gear that I would normally have to make videos. But yeah, if you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscription. You can catch me on Twitch, same name as my YouTube, or hit me up on PlayStation. I'm down to play with anybody. We've carried a couple people through the challenge missions and showed them some things that make things easier. Incursion's coming out, look forward to it. Other than that, thanks for watching. I do appreciate you sticking around this long and listening to me ramble about nothing.